Hello, and welcome to the Banner Saga. Now, throughout this playthrough, I will not be swearing like I usually do. I'm actually going to be dividing my playthroughs into two separate categories. I love the music of this game so much. So the first playlist is going to be the unhinged playthroughs, where I just swear and say whatever's on my mind. And then there are going to be the hinged playthroughs, like this game, where I don't swear that much, and I basically let the game shine as opposed to my commentary. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this playthrough, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for watching. The story in the Banner Saga changes based on the choices you make. You will occasionally switch between lead characters, witnessing the story from different perspectives. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survived through the tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped: the sun.
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli neðanbor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Now that was...
Engan eigi ég hlut að máli þessu.
So there are mainly two parts of the story, the more cinematic parts and the more action parts, like this. Okay. You've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag around the screen to see your surroundings. Click the check mark to continue. Oh, that's cool. These portraits show the order of initiative, taking turns from left to right. Your allies are blue, the enemy is red. Okay, so it's this guy's turn, then a blonde guy's turn, then this guy's turn, then another. Okay. Movement happens before action. This ring shows your shield banger is active. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The Horned Allies are a race of giants called Varl, who take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. This can have a huge impact on your strategy. Click the tile marks you want to move them to, then click the check mark to confirm. Move your shield banger here to get him into attack range. To target an enemy, click the tile on which they stand. Ally tiles are blue, the enemies are red. Target this enemy now by clicking this tile. You can choose whether to attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The numbers beneath each icon, 2 and 5, show the damage you will do to the stat. Strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. If strength falls below 0, the character falls in battle. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open them up for taking more damage in the future. This enemy has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Click the fist now to attack his strength, then confirm your choice. So he has 5 health right now. If I attack him with 5 damage, he'll be at 0 health and he'll die. There. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. After taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shield banger's high armor. He only did 1 attack damage to me. Now it's your Warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range of these enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. See this, see this star down here? That's the amount of willpower my character has. And that's like the extra exertion they can use on actions. So for example, I have 8 willpower and 2 exertion. Exertion allows me to spend more effort on things. And because I have 2 exertion, I can move 2 extra tiles forward. By clicking on gold tiles, a character can move further than usual, at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red pulsing tiles beneath your enemy shows how close you have to get to be in range. Move your Warhawk into attack range now. Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your Warhawk has a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Click your Warhawk's tile to access his ability. Clicking your character's tile will bring up all of his combat options, including move, ability, attack, and end turn. Click the purple ability icon now. The ability description appears in the tooltips below. The Warhawk's Tempest allows him to slam multiple enemies at once. Select an enemy and then confirm your choice. So you can read down here what it says. Tempest. Strike adjacent enemies in a spin attack. Rank 1. Normal strength damage to 2 adjacent enemies, going clockwise from the target. So, if I hit this one, it should hit the other guy as well. Ooh, it did. Ooh, killed both of them, huh? That made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there's only 1 enemy left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order, and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. Your allies now get to move twice in a row. If a character does not move on his turn, he can rest to gain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest this turn. The chieftain is in some trouble. Your shield banger won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Click the chieftain's tile to attack. Click the fist and then the stars above the fist to add willpower. The number of stars available each turn are determined by your exertion stat. The green chain thing down here. He only has 1 exertion, so he can only use 1 star. But he killed him anyways. renown. This is the currency of the game. You can buy supplies, you can upgrade people as well with it.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
So we're playing Tax Collectors, Chapter 1. Only the sun has stopped. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eric, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? It is. Okay, so there are dialogue options, and this is how majority of the story is told. Through character, interactions like this. Ubin, isn't it? It is. I'm just here for the tithe. What do you want? It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Seems a bit chaotic around here, Eric. It's been worse. We've got a lot of irons in the fire. What does he want exactly? Scalflings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall, scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Click the market tent to visit the merchant. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. Scalfling's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try and kill you this time. They don't talk to me. Need some help here? Had, I had a change of heart. I hope you do give us a hard time. Had sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, huh? Intimidate him, pay him, do nothing. Intimidate him. You motion to Gunnulf, your enormous bodyguard, who looms over the man like a snake over a mouse. Gods, Eric, laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the Scalfings? Nobleman, up by the east wall, but that was months ago, last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. The bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. No reason. They look good. Yeah, I think it fits him well. I'm glad you cared. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. Eric, that man of yours seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be a Scalfing. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a mead hall? Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. After this, I'm done here. It's not up to me, friend. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Meat house. You arrive in front of what must be noblemen. A few minutes later, Eirik appears, with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Eirik says over his shoulder. Ready? Let's get it over with. That's the spirit, says Valgard. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eirik is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken scalflings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead signs in the process. Okay. This is where a lot of the strategy comes in. Okay, so... Okay. So, the way I'm gonna have it is... Okay, this guy. Then it goes this guy. And it's a shield banger. Okay, I'm gonna let these two wait it out. And have these two act as, like, shields. Okay. I'm gonna rest. Gives willpower to allies at any range. Yeah, here has some willpower. He now has 2 armor right there. And now I can do 11 damage to him with him. There's a lot of strategy that goes into the game and you have to think about moves ahead. What's his special ability? Stone Wall. Blocks damage to strength and armor for 1 round. Blocks 3 damage per hit 1 round. Okay. Stand right here. Break his armor as well. Oh, I just killed 2 people at once. Nice. Now they're stuck. Oh wait, no, he can move around here. Oh wait, no, he isn't. Okay, so I'm gonna break this one's. Damn. Yeah, I can kill him. There. Pillage. Now it's very... Oh. Okay, one of my guys just died. Damn. And he's dead. Victory. The foes lying dead at your feet would regret ever crossing paths with you. If they could. He has been injured in battle. More on. There they are, gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eirik is looking out the hall's window onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Vognir. Next to Varl Kingman's ship, last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guess. See what I deal with all day long? Ah, things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down at the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Valgard hustle from the mead house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to meet the new arrivals down at the docks. I love the art of this game so much. Vognir. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. Gods, Ubin, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old, and if there's Vognir, there must be Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from poor and stupid old yaks? At what age do you lose the sense of shame? Your under demands it. I'll take that over lingering to the death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Arboring, in fact. And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden Wolfhead emblazoned on red. The king of men or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son, Luden. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliance these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim? I have a distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away. But let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where's Mogar? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm headed up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Mogar. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Luden looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Vognir's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon, or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Click a talk icon to converse with one of your heroes. Hakon it is. Scrivener! You find Hakon in the mead house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees as many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon? Vognir's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got there, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha, humans. I guess if I only lived as long as the Yoxford, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon lets slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swathe through the dredge at Vognir's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point, just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the mead house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Now let's talk to the prince. Oh boy. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes, you're with Vognir. I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Vognir a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying ties to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? Just to introduce myself. You collect taxes for Var territories. A true pleasure. Yes. An awkwardness hangs in the air like a thick fog. You take the opportunity to depart. Damn, that was awkward. Okay, time to sleep at the Great Hall. At dawn, you're awoken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with the sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply letters. All there, just as promised, to your mild surprise. You wonder if Eric had anything to do with it. Plus 20 renown. The guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Vognir's already there. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Mogitter steps forward, Vognir's quartermaster. If you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. We're ready. You follow Mogitter and join the others. Usually, the small doors set into gates would have been enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand well as a whole, you think. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is going to be the first part until I finish this game, and in the next video I'll explain this part of the story. And anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.